Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, hi! My name is Natasha and it's fantastic to have you here. For today's video, we are taking a look at the Oriens Animal Tarot by Ambi Sun. This was originally an independent deck and it got picked up by Rockpool Publishing for mass production, which is exciting. So $26.95 is what it retails in the US and $21.99 in the UK. The back says this animal-themed tarot deck reflects nature through mythical and ethereal means and is rich in animal symbolism, allowing you to spiritually connect with the universe and yourself through the exquisite art of divination. The deck is suitable for beginners, enthusiasts, and advanced tarot readers. Featuring 78 unique animal illustrations, it also makes a great gift for art lovers. So I have already played around with it, opened it up, and I really like it. So here is the inside of the box. And it has a nice ribbon with a long enough ribbon to go over the cards and the guidebook, which is awesome. There is the inside there. All right. So before we get into the cards, let's just have a look at the guidebook. First thing that I will point out to you is the table of contents. I love a table of contents that singles out each individual card. A lot of the times they just do it for the major arcana, but with this one, each of the cards in the suits are individually numbered as well and singled out. So for me, that's a huge, huge little nugget that I love to see in a guidebook. And then we go through with a little bit of history of the tarot. And then we also have how the Orion deck came about. So the name of this deck encompasses the essence of the cards, which were created with the intention of guiding others in times of confusion, like the bright beams from a lighthouse in a storm or the warmth and light of the fire in a blizzard. I hope this deck is able to bring optimism, direction, or lightheartedness to the reader's life. So it's very, very beautiful. This deck is quite unique and I am really excited to get into it with you guys. So then we have how to use. We have bonding with your deck, and then reading with it, and then interpreting. Whether you've pulled one card or several in a spread, it's best to begin with a preliminary scan and weigh your general feeling. Do you feel mostly positive about the cards drawn, or do you feel a sense more of a difficult message coming through? It's time to taking the time up front to check in with your intuition can greatly improve the overall quality of your reading. So it gives you some more information there. And then we have a single card spread, a 3-card spread, the Sirius Star spread, which looks really interesting, and then your Celtic Cross spread. And then it goes into each of the card meanings, and we will definitely come back to this after the flip through so you can see how it is done. Up front, it gives you each of the animals that are in the card, and then it goes into the specific meanings of that card itself. So fully colored, glossy pages. It's absolutely beautiful. All right, let's get into the flip through. Here is the back, and Walter here. There is the back of the cards there, which is beautiful. I love it. And we have silver, almost hollow, almost. Foiling. You know the word, Natasha. So the one thing that I will mention is when I was going through this the first time, there was a lot of sticking happening between the cards, and it's strictly because of that foiling. That's the only thing. Is the first time you use or you go through the deck with any deck that has foiling, be cautious and be patient while you're pulling them apart. Otherwise, you'll risk tearing the whole card or wrecking it. So here we go. I love this art style too. It's very unique. It's beautifully done. And the animals that were chosen for it is really interesting as well. There's a lot here that I have not really seen in other decks prior. And it's such a unique type of art style. It reminds me of the rainbow etching that we used to do. I might be aging myself a lot here, but you would put rainbow color on the page first, and then go over it with black acrylic paint, let it dry, and then scratch that paint into it, or scratch the paint off. I don't know what it's called now, but it was like rainbow sketching. I think that's what it was called. I'm sure some of you know what I'm talking about, but it gives me this sort of vibe to it, and I'm really into that. It's somewhere a mix between fantastic kind of art, like fantastical, and realism, and dreamy. It's also a matte finish. There's not much of a gloss going on. As you can see, there's not really any reflection, which is nice. I have a preference that I prefer non-glossy or a matte finish just because I film the cards, but other than that, there's no real difference for me. There are really no borders. I love this owl. And also Justice is 8 in this deck, and Strength will be 11. See, does that not look like what I'm trying to describe? So you would take the colors on the page first, and then put the black over it and etch it in. It's such a neat style. The guidebook is really nice too. It gives you a reason why they chose the animal for that particular card. And I feel like that is extremely helpful in a deck like this, where there's not a lot of the symbolism from the traditional decks in this. There's some, but you know what I mean? Like, it's not spelled out for you. So you kind of need to know why the animal was chosen. And then, of course, your instinct and your intuition come first. I love this one so much. And this was a cool devil card. The little pitcher plant. That's a neat fish too. So for instance, something like this as the tower, I think as a beginner, you wouldn't quite understand why the fish was representing that card. I love this, absolutely love this star card. It is gorgeous. I also think the price point for this deck is right on point. I think it is a great price tag for what you're getting. The quality of the cards, which, by the way, let's go over the card stock. It's a nice feel. It is not too thin and it's not too thick. It shuffles really nicely as well. I feel like this is right in that sweet spot where it doesn't feel like paper, but it shuffles. It's not too difficult for people to maneuver the cards. Sometimes a card stock can be too thick, and then it just is super difficult for people to shuffle, especially if they're a wider card. But I like this size. I think it's a really nice fit in the hand. And every card is a different animal. Look at how cute this guy is. This deck also reminds me of the Brady Tarot. Obviously not the same type of artwork or style, but it just gives me a similar vibe to it, where you want to be educated on the animals and how they relate to the energy of each card. And that's not to say or to scare you off from the deck. It's just, it's an added layer to divination, which is really cool. And I love this so much. There's just a lot of beautiful renderings of each of the creatures. And some cards almost look like they're neon. They're just lit up. Look at his little face. I just love it. And of course, you know, I gotta love the dolphin card. And then too, in the background, you'll notice different plants. You'll notice different little symbols. The only way I can deal with ants is when they are in art form. Otherwise, they are the bane of my existence. I mean, I get what they're there with, what they're put on this earth for, but oh my gosh, they scare me so much. I've had one too many traumatic events with ants. It's just so pretty. And like this card in particular, it can make a lot of sense to someone who is not necessarily well versed in tarot. So there's a lot of really good beginner friendly cards. I think it's a great beginner friendly deck in the sense is if you are using the guidebook alongside the cards, you'll be just fine. This is really sweet with the ball of yarn. Gotta love a little bee. And I'm so happy they brought in a llama / alpaca. I think it's an alpaca. I'd have to check the guidebook for that. I always get them mixed up when they're not rendered with the different faces. The alpacas seem to have more fur around their faces, and then llamas are more long-nosed and less fluffy fur around their face. And I gotta love an otter. So sweet. So cute. And this reminds me of Animal Crossing. Those of you who play, and if you've caught one of these, like, so crazy cool. I forget what they're called. And we get a narwhal. So cute. I just really dig this art style. It looks like you're flipping through a dream. And I love the galaxy in the background. It's just really unique feeling, very serene feeling. None of the cards that would be deemed intimidating or scary are. They're very, it's nature. So nature's always going to be, metal, so to speak. But it doesn't give you that vibe or that feeling. It gives you just, the reality of what the card is. Hopefully that makes sense. Like, this is the Three of Swords, and that can be like a very scary thing to kind of pull for some people, but this doesn't give that off, They're not impaled in the bird. And I love me a little sloth. Oh my gosh. If there was any animal that I related to my husband, it would be the sloth. And he will tell you that as well. And I love this one so much. Which is interesting. It's the Five of Swords. And this one, I'm very curious about this one. The Six of Swords there. The deep fish. If I'm not mistaken, there was a episode of SpongeBob where they went to the very depths of the ocean and they met one of those. That could have been a fever dream, but pretty sure that happened. So pretty. All right. And let's see how it shuffles. And I don't have an issue with how it shuffles at all. And it snaps back. And as with all foiled edged cards, they're going to have some wear and tear on it. It's going to happen. It's just the nature of the material that it's made out of. And it doesn't bother me. It's just, more character. All right. Can I get a card to read, please? All right. Ace of Swords. Go to the handy dandy table of contents. All right, 174. Okay, so first off, I wanted to show you that we have a little blurb about the suit, talking about what goes on with it. And then before we even get to the specific card, we have the actual animal that's on it. So the trumpeter swans are the largest native waterfowl in the United States and are one of the heaviest flying birds in North America. Their wingspan can reach up to 3 meters or 10 feet in length, and they mate for life. Despite their beauty and grace, swans are highly territorial creatures. All right, so then let's get a look at what the card means here. So we have upright keywords. We have breakthroughs, intensity, concentration, and reverse we have confusion, destruction, and misinformation. A proud swan raises its wings and it stands in a shallow pond. A sword is tucked behind a wing, spearing the ripples in the water. Swans are often associated with the divine and are symbols of beauty, grace, and love. However, despite their majesty, they are proud creatures that will fight ferociously if provoked. While this swan is triumphant, the pierced ripple in the water at its feet signifies that the road ahead may not be an easy one. The Ace of Swords reminds us to be resilient through adversity and maintain a proud, unwavering spirit. When upright, the Ace of Swords suggests you're about to embark on a significant breakthrough that will allow you to see the world through a new lens. This is a time of mental and intellectual potential for you, and it's imperative that you strengthen yourself mentally to prepare for what comes next. This is also a card of potential. New ideas are inbound and opportunities to learn are on the way as well. Take this as a sign to begin a new project or embark on a new journey. You are now on a path with great potential, but be warned, there is a dark side to this influx. Work hard to use your new abilities for the greater good. You have the energy and willpower to evoke great change. It will be easy to fall into a selfish mindset, so be sure to temper your success with thoughts of how best you can benefit others. When reversed, the Ace of Swords indicates that while you are on the verge of breakthrough, you don't feel ready to share the nature of it with others just yet. Mental clarity isn't as definitive as you'd wished right now. If an idea isn't manifesting the way you'd like, then it's back to the drawing board. Making decisions can also seem like an impossible hurdle. Be a passive observer and allow your mind to clear. Draw inspiration from the world around you and only act when the time is right. So I really love how they add in the animals aspects and why it relates to the card's energy. I like how it's not just a reversal keyword and that's it. You actually get a blurb about it and why it is that meaning. And I love that it's not like drawn out information. It's a lot of information. However, it's just right. Like, I don't feel like it's overwhelming for new beginners. I feel like it goes through a lot of key things that you would need to know for the card's meaning. What I want to see real fast is, okay, here, let's go through the Tower meaning real fast. So the lionfish prowls the depths, brilliant and beautiful among the reefs. Its poisonous spines and bright colors warn others to stay away, but even those that flee don't always escape this hunter's attention. The lionfish is an invasive species with no natural predators. They can spell disaster for an ecosystem, wearing away its foundation until only ruins remain. Appropriately, they symbolize hidden peril. Likewise, the tower denotes the terrible power of chaos lying in wait. It reminds us we're never safe from the sudden and unavoidable difficulties life can throw our way. Perfect. So that's kind of what I wanted to see is how the major arcana kind of relates to the meanings of the minor arcana, if they're the same kind of layout, and it is. And I really like that now, since I pointed that out in the flip through, the Tower card makes absolutely much more sense with that fish, right? So for me, this is an absolute win. I think the price point is fantastic for this. The quality is there. I love how unique it is. I love how vibrant it is. I feel like it is just a great gift for somebody who is looking for a new deck and are into animals or into, anything that is represented in this deck. It's just really cool. I'm really excited about it. I'm excited to work more with it. Now I hand it over to you. What do you think about this deck? Is it, have you had the first one, the original independently done deck, or do you own this one now that it just came out? Or is this a hard pass for you in something that you don't connect with? I always love hearing your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section. It's really interesting to see everybody's differences and what they like and do not like. It's really fun. I'm excited. So with that being said, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel time and time again. I cannot continue doing this without you guys. I appreciate you so much. With that being said, if you are wanting to purchase this deck specifically, I will always link where you can purchase it legitimately in the description box. And the only link that I am affiliated with is the Amazon link. I do earn a little bit of a commission if you purchase through that link, but that's neither here nor there. So let me know again what you think down in the comment section. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on your way out of this video. Don't forget to look at all my links in the description box. All of my socials will be on my link tree. And thank you again, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.